Okay. First of all, change of costume. It's getting hot down here. I don't have the air on right now because it's been so nice out. So, change of costume. We covered pull tabs and flyers and stuff. Main thing about printing is you don't want to be frivolous in what you spend on printing. A lot of people get caught up in, you know, I want it to look fancy and pretty, or they're doing color copies. Guys, when you're doing this type of marketing, it's about volume, not how it looks. It's about volume. Remember, message to market match. You got to get enough stuff in front of enough people. If people are looking to work from home, the term work from home, part-time, full-time, you know, full training provided, that ad has worked for a million years. You can throw in a few potential income numbers. That works. You know, you don't want this big thing. Remember, always think about what is the outcome of what I'm doing. The outcome of these little cards and flyers and posters and all this junk is to collect the people and get them to go somewhere. It's either to get them to dial a phone number or go to a website. There ain't nothing else. It's not to educate them. It's not to convince them. It's none of that. Now, if you are not interested in this stuff, that's okay. But you're going to have team members that this is all they can afford and this is all they can do. When I started, my budget was $10 a week. I spent $8 on photocopying flyers. I was doing 4 to a sheet flyers, cut them into 4, right? And then I would do, I'd buy a glue stick to stick the stuff up. That's all I could afford. I couldn't afford a $15 ad, guys. I could not afford signs. You know, a lot of people were doing signs on poles back then. I could not afford them either. Now, let's talk about those signs for a minute because you've seen them. They're called Bandit signs. They can either hang on, you know, you can put them up on utility poles or you can stick them on stakes in the ground at the corners and so on. They're now illegal in a lot of ordinances, so you want to be careful if you're going to use them. First of all, do they work? Yes. I see some of the gold and silver programs out there using them now, and I see real estate programs out there using them now. Do they work? Yes. Do you have to be careful because they'll come and beat you up? Yes. So you want to make sure. If you see a lot of them around, it's a town that nobody cares. If you don't see any, I promise you, you put them up, they're going to come get you. Okay? But those signs are called Bandit signs. Again, I will give you some resources. But again, just Google what you're looking for. And again, the price is important, okay? If you go to a sign shop and get those suckers made, they're going to charge you like $8 a piece, and you can get them made for $1.50. So pay attention, do your homework, and get the right pricing. If you have a team and you're going to put a whole team in action doing this stuff, talk to the printer and get a bulk deal. A lot of times you can get a really good deal, and here's something, this is advanced, we'll talk about it later with ads and stuff. Guys, if you are doing something and taking responsibility for a whole team, there's no reason why you shouldn't get your materials for free. You mark theirs up slightly, like you get the printer to mark theirs up slightly, and then he gives you yours for free, okay? Because you did the logistics, you found the printer, you wrote the copy, you did all the work. That's not inappropriate because you're taking all the responsibility, okay? So, that covers most of the old stuff. Obviously, you want to have a decent business card. Again, cutesy is no good. It's just your basic business card. You can have your photograph on it, whatever. Really, the goal is, again, to collect. So you want to just have where they can go to find out more information. Okay? Now, let's get into a little bit of online. And let's get into, in fact, I'm going to stop this video and then I'm going to get into online philosophy. Oh, no, actually, before we go online, let's talk about ads and stuff first. You can run ads, obviously, in the local papers, Step Savers, Penny Savers, so on. If you know your avatar, you're going to know whether this is a good match or not. Sarah Green, you're not going to run ads for high-level personal coaching, life coaching, in a Step Saver, right? Those of you that are working in regular travel programs and this and that, you can and should be running ads in the Step Saver. The average price is for a 15-word ad. Every word you put in there bumps up your price. How do you learn how to do this? You start, okay? And if you call the papers, they will generally help you. You can ask them, have you seen any ads like this? Are there any other ads running like this? If you make friends with the girl, she'll generally tell you. I'm going to give you 2 links to newspaper advertising services where you can put it in once and they run it in papers all over the place. They give you like bulk deals. I've used these services for years. What you're looking for is a little, I call it the vein of gold. You might want to run one ad in one area and it doesn't pull, and it run in another area and it pulls great. Now here are some rules of thumb. Nobody take offense. It just is what it is. Northeast people are more skeptical. You're going to get less responses, but usually serious responses. Southeast, with the exception of southern Florida, you're going to get tons of responses, but if you go into the deep south, you're going to get a lot of responses from people that don't have any money. More response, less income to spend. Midwest is great. Midwest is almost always great. If you go into the really rural areas, a little more challenging. Their papers aren't very big. Texas is usually great. The more urban areas, you know, you're looking for middle America with a lot of this. That's what really works. And of course, you can always target local if you're looking to build a local group. Now, other local advertising, you can do cash register receipts on the back of the receipts. A little expensive. You can do, like Jill lives in New York, diners have placemats where they take ads. I don't know if they do that all over the country, but they do here on the East. You can run an ad. Obviously, you can do the school publications, church bulletins. I've had people that have had bonanzas in church bulletins. Roman Catholic churches always have huge congregations, and they run a bulletin that comes out. I don't know about the other types of churches. You can check. You can do Valpak and stuff like that. They often won't take work from home stuff, but they will take travel membership stuff. Expensive, be careful. That's something that you might want to co-op with a few people, where you split the leads. We can cover later if you have questions about that. There's a way to run leads into one website, but it rotates through like 4 or 5 people. And you can have it rotate whose site it lands on, so you can split the leads. So, you know, it's, I mean, just keep your eyes open. Where are the ads? Where are people advertising? The one place you don't want to advertise is in the phone book, right? So that's it for offline. Let me start a new video up. There's more, guys. I'm just rambling my experience. Again, Google is your best friend. You can look all of this stuff up. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.